Why do people fall in love with you? Have you ever wondered why certain people are drawn to you so deeply, almost irresistibly? Is it really about your personality, your looks, or your charm? Or could there be something much deeper happening beneath the surface? Carl Jung, one of the most influential psychologists of the 20th century, believed that love is not random. In fact, people fall in love with you only for two profound reasons, and both are rooted in the deepest layers of the human psyche. In this video, we will explore Jung's fascinating ideas on love, projection, the anima and animus, and why people are magnetically pulled towards you, not for who you appear to be, but for what you represent in their inner world. We'll dive deep into the unconscious forces that shape romantic attraction and reveal the two profound reasons why someone truly falls in love with you. Reasons that go far beyond surface-level qualities and instead reflect the hidden architecture of the human psyche. Yet for Carl Jung, even the most sudden attraction follows a deeper order, an inner logic crafted not by chance, but by the unconscious. What feels like a spontaneous connection is rarely spontaneous at all. It is the visible result of invisible forces shaped by years of inner development, unprocessed emotion, and unmet needs. Behind every instant bond is a structure, a silent architecture of the psyche that guides us towards certain people and not others. And this is where Jung introduces the idea of projection. Each of us carries hidden images within fragments of who we are, who we were, or who we long to become. These images are often repressed, denied, or lost in the shadows of our unconscious, but they don't disappear. They wait, and they speak to us through others. When we meet someone who resonates with these inner fragments, we feel drawn to them in a way that seems mysterious, even magical. But it's not them we're seeing. It's a part of ourselves reflected in their presence. Imagine a person who has spent their life being cautious, reserved, maybe even fearful of emotional exposure. When they meet someone bold, expressive, and unapologetically free, they may feel captivated. That feeling is more than admiration, it's resonance. That other person embodies something dormant within a potential that's been buried under years of suppression. The attraction is real. But the true force behind it is the unconscious responding to what it needs in order to evolve. The same is true in reverse. Someone might fall in love with you not because of your visible traits, but because you unknowingly represent something they lack. A trait, a quality, an emotional tone they've been unconsciously searching for. You become the missing piece, the living symbol of a part of themselves they have not yet developed. Reason one, you represent something they lack. It's not simply about opposites attracting, it's that opposites reveal what is missing. A rational person may be drawn to someone deeply emotional. An introvert may fall in love with an extrovert. A structured soul may be fascinated by someone chaotic. But this admiration can easily slip into dependence. If the person does not recognize that what they admire in you is something they could nurture in themselves, they may cling to you not out of genuine love, but out of unconscious need. And as soon as that need changes, or as soon as your humanity disrupts their idealized image, the attraction may fade. This is the danger of projection. It creates an illusion of connection that often cannot withstand the truth of reality. And when the illusion breaks, the love built on, it begins to collapse. Jung didn't stop at projection. He took this even further with his concept of the anima and animus, archetypal images of the opposite gender that live deep within the psyche. For Jung, every man carries within him an unconscious image of the feminine, his anima. while every woman carries within her an unconscious image of the masculine, her animus. These aren't random preferences or cultural roles. They are inner figures shaped by our earliest relationships, especially with parental figures, and by the collective symbols of femininity and masculinity inherited from culture, myth, and the human psyche itself. Over time, these archetypes become emotionally charged blueprints. We carry them unknowingly, and one day we meet someone who seems to fit them perfectly. When that happens, the attraction can be overwhelming. There is often a deep sense of familiarity, as if we've known this person forever, even if we've only just met. It can feel like destiny, soul recognition, or some ancient memory reawakened. But Jung would caution us, this is not fate. It is not evidence of cosmic soulmates. It is the psyche seeing its own internal design reflected in another human being. Reason 2. You awaken a powerful unconscious image they've carried within you, resemble the unconscious image they've carried for years, maybe not in looks or behavior, but in essence. You activate an internal pattern that stirs powerful emotion, and that's why the connection feels immediate and irrational. It's not about you. It's about the symbol you've become to their inner world. But here lies the problem. When someone falls in love with an inner image projected onto you, they're not really seeing you. They're seeing a fantasy, a sacred idea, a psychological construction. You become the screen for a projection that was written long before you arrived. And as soon as the real you begins to emerge, your flaws, your contradictions, your human nature, the fantasy begins to crumble. What once felt divine becomes confusing. What once felt perfect now feels complicated. Conflicts emerge, disappointment follows. The illusion collapses under the weight of truth. This is why so many passionate relationships begin with euphoria and end in chaos. They weren't based on mutual understanding, but on archetypal projection, an unconscious script trying to play itself out in the real world. But no human can live up to an archetype forever. Before we continue, I truly hope you're finding this video insightful. If so, don't forget to share it with anyone who might benefit from these ideas. And if you'd like to support the Mental Dose channel and the work we do, you can leave a donation by clicking the thanks button just below this video. Your support means the world to us. Now let's continue. Despite the pain and confusion that projection often brings, Jung did not see this as failure. On the contrary, he believed it was an essential part of our growth. Love is not just an emotional experience. It is a tool of transformation. Every person we fall for becomes a mirror. And what we see in them is what we need to see in ourselves. Some people reflect our hidden potential. Others expose our deepest fears. Some awaken our creativity. Others our insecurity. But all of them serve the same psychological purpose: to accelerate the process of individuation, the journey of becoming whole. When someone falls in love with you, they may believe they are seeing something magical in you, and they are. But the magic lies in what you awaken inside them. You are not just a person. You are a symbol, a turning point, a psychological invitation. And the same is true in reverse. The people you fall in love with, especially the ones who shake you, who change you, who break your heart, they are not random. They are carriers of meaning, catalysts for your inner evolution. Some people come to awaken what's dormant in you. Some come to teach you what you've refused to learn. Others come simply to show you your own reflection, distorted or clear, depending on how ready you are to look. Not all of these relationships are meant to last. Some are meant to disrupt. Some are designed to break patterns. Jung called these encounters synchronistic events that are not logically connected yet deeply meaningful. When someone appears in your life at a precise moment and evokes powerful feelings, it may not be coincidence. Your unconscious and theirs was ready, and the meeting itself was a sign that change had already begun. These are not mistakes, even the painful ones, even the ones that leave scars, especially those. So why? Why do people fall in love with you? Because you either reflect something they desperately need, or you activate something they have forgotten. In both cases, the love is not really about you. It's about the self trying to evolve. And the same is true for you. You fall in love with those who mirror your missing parts, those who resemble your inner images, those who, knowingly or not, carry the key to your next chapter of growth. But if you don't recognize these patterns, you risk staying trapped, attracted to the same types, repeating the same relationships, chasing the same illusions. You might believe you're unlucky in love when in fact your unconscious is simply trying to teach you something you're not yet ready to learn. Jung would say the answer is awareness. Once you understand your projections, your inner figures, your patterns, you stop looking for someone to complete you. You start becoming whole within yourself. And from that place, love transforms. It's no longer based on fantasy or fear. It becomes real, grounded, free. Because in the end, the deepest love is not about finding the perfect person. It's about awakening the parts of yourself that have been waiting to be seen. You don't just fall in love with others. You fall in love with the version of yourself they help you uncover. Understanding love through Jung's lens reveals that it's never just about the other person. It's always a journey back to the self. So the next time someone falls in love with you, or you feel that deep pull toward another, ask yourself, what part of the soul is waking up right now? If this video made you reflect on your own experiences with love and connection, share your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear your perspective. And don't forget to subscribe to Mindset Matters for more deep, thought-provoking content about psychology, relationships, and the inner world.